Shalom, shalom. I want to welcome everyone to the conference call today, and this is Barbara serving as your host, and Brother Pete is here as your co-host.
Yes, but I'm so glad you're able to join us and look into this important material.
Well, our title today is Sun, Moon, and Stars, the Woman of Revelation 12, and the Calendar in the Heavens.
Revelation 12:1. Now a great sign appeared in heaven, a woman clothed with the sun and the moon under her feet, and on her head a garland of 12 stars.
For more than 2,500 years, the world was without a written revelation from Yah. The question is, did Yah leave himself without a witness? Well, Romans 1:19-20 says, that which may be known about Yah is plain to them, because Yahweh has made it plain to them. For since the creation of the world, Yahweh's invisible qualities, his eternal power and divine nature, have been clearly seen, being understood from what has been made. But how was Yahweh known? How were invisible things, his plans and his purposes made known since the creation of the world? Well, how have they heard? And what words? And what instruction? Whose message? Whose teaching? Well, the answer is the message is from the Creator, and their sound went into all the earth, and their words, teachings, message, and instruction unto the ends of the world, as it says in Psalms 19:1.
The heavens declare the glory, and the firmament showeth his handiwork. Day unto day uttereth speech, and night unto night showeth knowledge. There is no speech nor language where their voice is not heard. Their line is gone out throughout all the earth, and their words to the ends of the earth.
The Mazzaroth is the heavens declare the glory of Yah and the Mazzaroth. And also, we're going to talk a little bit about prophecy today. So the Mazzaroth is the gospel in the stars. You may have heard it as the zodiac, but the Bible name is Mazzaroth.
Mazzaroth is a biblical Hebrew word found in the book of Job. That's Job 38:32, whose precise meaning is uncertain. Its context is that an astronomical constellations, and some judge it to mean a specific constellation, while it is often interpreted as a term of the zodiac or the constellations thereof. You can find that in Wikipedia on Mazzaroth.
So Yahweh challenges Job. He says, "Where were you when I laid the foundations of the earth?" And so in Job 38:31, he says, "Can you bind the cluster of the Pleiades or loose the belt of Orion? Can you bring out the Mazzaroth in its season? Or can you guide the great bear with its cubs? Do you know the ordinances of the heavens? Can you set their dominion over the earth?" Well, the Mazzaroth has a sign. There's 12 signs in it. And the sign of Virgo, Metula, is the first house or chamber of the Mazzaroth or zodiac. And you'll see her as the first one. It's like a clock of 12. And the Virgo, the Virgin, is first, Metula, and it ends with the lion, the tribe of Judah. Well, you will remember that there was a special star at the time that Yeshua was born, that the wise men saw that came from the east. And the star of Bethlehem was the planet Jupiter, as it became stationary before into retrograde, and it appeared to stop over Bethlehem in the western sky. They also saw the royal star Regulus. And another sign that we've seen in our lifetime, just 7 years ago, the sign of Revelation 12 appeared here in our world and in our lifetime with the sun and the moon and the stars. And the sun appears to run its course along the line called the ecliptic. The sun approximately spends 1 month in each of the 12 signs that mirrors a clock of 12 hours. And Psalms 19:4-5 says, "Their line is gone out throughout all the earth, and their words to the end of the world. In them hath he set a tabernacle for the sun, which is as a bridegroom coming out of his chamber, and rejoices as a strong man to run a race." And you'll see her clothed with the sun in the early morning. And this sign did happen just recently in 2017. So these are special signs. The sign in the beginning, the sign of Yeshua, the star of Yeshua in Bethlehem, that they followed, the wise men followed, and also we saw this sign in our lifetime, a sign of the end days that we're living in. Well, the story of the heavens declaring the glory of Yah had its beginning in Genesis with the Creator's calendar, and it ends in Revelation with the woman of Revelation 12:1.
Psalm 136, 7-8. Give thanks to him who made the heavens, Give thanks to him who made the heavenly lights, the sun to rule the day, and the moon and stars to rule the night. His faithful love endures forever. And Yahweh said, "Let there be lights in the firmament of the heavens, to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs and for seasons and for days and for years." Genesis 1:14. Genesis 1:16. And Yahweh made 2 great lights, the greater light to govern the day, and the lesser light to govern the night. He also made the stars. Jeremiah 31:35. Thus Yahweh, who gives the sun for light by day, who sets in order the moon and stars for light by night, who stirs up the sea so that its waves roar, Yahweh of Sabaoth, host is his name.
So here's more where the Jeremiah 31:35-36 talks about the signs in the heavens.
And thus says Yahweh, which giveth the sun for a light by day, and the ordinances of the moon and of the stars for a light by night, which divideth the sea when its waves thereof roar, Yahweh of Sabaoth is his name. If those ordinances depart from before me, saith Yahweh, then the seed of Israel also shall cease from being a nation before me forever.
Yeah, and this picture over to the right shows you that the sun tells the time, and it's a clock in the heavens during the day to tell you what time of day it is. And then the moon tells also the day and the month and the weeks, and the stars tell the seasons and signs. So we're living inside a beautiful clock that our Creator made for us. Well, there is a calendar in the sky, and it is just like a clock also. It tells us when to worship and when to meet with our Creator.
Genesis 1:14-15. Then Yahweh said, Let there be lights in the firmament of the heavens to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs and seasons, and for days and years. And let them be for lights in the firmament of the heavens, to give light on the earth. And it was so. The Hebrew word moed is the singular form of moedim. Moedim was translated in English as seasons, but in fact derives from the Hebrew word ad, which means eternity and refers to any fixed time of the year which will be marked for eternity, meaning forever. At the same time, It is common to use this word as the Hebrew word for holidays and festivals, because they always took place at the same time of the year. And you can check out the link below.
Yeah, this is just a calendar here showing the festivals for the spring feast and the fall feast. They're always the same. So he appointed the moon for seasons. The sun knows is going down. Psalms 104:19. Signs and seasons are in the Creator's calendar in the heavens, the sun, moon, and stars. So the woman in Revelation 12 is clothed with the sun, because Genesis 1:16 says, Yah made two great lights, the greater light to govern the day. And Jeremiah 31:35 says, thus says Yahweh, who gives the sun for light by day. So she is clothed with the sun. And the woman of Revelation 12 has the moon under her feet. It's her foundation. Genesis 1:16, and the lesser light is to govern the night. That's the moon. And then Jeremiah 31:35 says, and the ordinances of the moon are for a light by night. So the moon tells the day and the month and weeks. And Revelation 12 also says that the woman has the stars above her head. Genesis 1:16. And the lesser light is to govern the night, and he also made the stars. Jeremiah 31:35, and the ordinance of the stars are for a light by night. So the stars tell the seasons and signs. Okay, well, Joseph's dream. If you remember, Joseph's dream was about the sun, moon, and stars.
Joseph's dream, Genesis 37:9-10. And he dreamed yet another dream, and he told it to his brethren, saying, behold, I have dreamed yet a dream, and behold, the sun and the moon and the 11 stars made obeisance to me. And he told it to his father and his brethren, and his father rebuked him and said unto him, what is this dream that thou hast dreamed? Shall I and thy mother and thy brethren indeed come and bow down ourselves to the earth?
Joseph's dream was intended to communicate to him in the immediate context of the passage, in Joseph's here and now. And when this dream occurred, he had a father and a mother and 11 brothers, and so there was a perfect correlation and interpretation so plain that even his brothers understood it properly, and they were really jealous over that, if you remember the story. Well, any variance in that number would have produced an unclear dream and would have made for messy interpretations. It wasn't intended to be reinterpreted long afterwards, but rather to make sense to Joseph and his family at the time when it was given. And you know, with counting Joseph, that would make 12. There were 12 sons. So Joseph's dream, in it, you remember, he saw 11 stars sitting or rising together with the sun and the moon. The number 12 is a famous one. There are 12 months in the calendar. There are the 12 tribes, the sons of Jacob. There are the 12 constellations, which represent the different months. So let us assume that each star is actually the brightest star in one of the zodiac or the Mazzaroth constellations. So Joseph saw all 11 constellations, and this is possible every night if you observe from sunset to sunrise. The similarities between Joseph's dream and the woman of Revelation 12 are often noted.
Revelation 12:1. And there appeared a great wonder in heaven, a woman clothed with the sun, and the moon under her feet, on her head a crown of 12 stars.
So upon her head were 12 stars, and with Leo has 9, and then there were 3 more that were in view right at that time, so it made a total of 12. And 12 stars can represent 12 tribes. It can represent Israel, and it represents the body of Messiah. The 12 stars can also represent the 144,000 and the seal of Yah. And here, Revelation 7:14 talks about the seal.
And I heard the number of them which were sealed, and there were sealed 144,000 of all the tribes of the children of Israel. We can observe from the seal of kings and governments across the world that any good seal is composed of three important items. These three items constitute the name of the person of authority, the title of this person, and then the territory or domain of his or her rulership.
So, what is the seal of Yah? Well, beloved, from the Sabbath commandment alone, we can find the three elements that make up the seal of the living God. Now the seal of Yahweh is inscribed in the fourth commandment, and that's a commandment that talks about the Sabbath, as you all know. So we're going to look at this. Number one, there it is, the name, Yahweh your Elohim. That is the name in Exodus 20:10. The title, he is maker or creator, Exodus 20:11. And the territory, heaven and earth, Exodus 20:11.
Revelation 14:1. And then I looked and beheld on Mount Zion stood the Lamb, and with him 144,000 who had his name and his father's name written on their foreheads. And these are marked with a seal of Yahweh on their foreheads. This shows us that they bow to the Lamb, to his Father. And we can contrast this with the mark of the beast, which appears on those who do not belong to the Lamb.
So Revelation 12 is a divine confirmation that Yah's people throughout history have relied on the sun, moon, and stars for determining the Sabbath and holy days. And Psalms 19 tells us the heavens proclaim the glory of Yah, and the skies display his craftsmanship. So to go and find more about the signs in the heavens and the Creator's calendar, that is the sun, moon, and stars, please go to our website, LunarSabbathDay.com. So thank you for being here today.